The seventh achievement of flourishing freelancers is they've unified their personal and work lives, both professionally and personally. There's alignment. One works on the behalf of the other, and vice versa. And so, one of the things with this achievement is we really don't want to go into freelancing and sacrifice the rest of our lives. It's very easy as a freelancer to sort of be consumed by our clients and the work that we do, and essentially forget everything else that matters, including our own personal well-being. And so, one of the first steps we got to do when it talks, or one of the first checkpoints, when it comes to personal and professional unity, is to have what I call a responsive budget. And so our personal finances are going to be affected by our professional work and the finances and income of our freelancing work. So we need to adapt. And so in the first year of freelancing for me, I really had to figure out how to. We were making money, but we weren't making money. And I realized the reason was is we were spending as if we had a steady income, but we weren't actually making a steady income. So I had to build a responsive budget. And so I had a survivor's budget and I had an achiever's budget, and then I had a in between budget. And essentially, when we were doing well, we could spend more. When we were doing less, we could spend less. And it helped rein in our spending, allowed us to spend more or less based on the situation. And so that responsive budget really adapts with us, with the ups and downs that we talked about in the roller coaster. The second thing we really need to talk about when it comes to unifying our personal and professional lives is bringing our family and close ones along. I'm married. Many freelancers are married, some are not. Some are just dating. Some may be living with family or have close friends that are in their lives. And the idea is that we really need to bring them along in the process. For me, I need to bring my spouse along. It can be stressful for me, but it can also be stressful for her, not knowing what are we making enough money? Are we going to be okay? Are we not going to be okay? What do I need to spend less, spend more? And so I ended up starting to do a monthly report where I bring her along. Hey, here's what I'm up to. Here's what's going on. Here's where we're at financially and what you need to be aware of, and really gives her visibility. And so that way she knows she doesn't have to worry about the unknown. She has a good idea of what's going on, and if something's not going well, I can communicate that and what I'm doing to resolve it. And I've had times in the business where I didn't communicate that with her, where things weren't going well, and she operated as if they were. And in reflection, she said, "Hey, if you had just let me know, I could have adapted. It could have changed, so that I wouldn't have made the situation worse." And just by having that visibility, and so we really want to bring our friends and family along in our journey. Also, we want to have active rhythms of rest and release. We can't be running a marathon. We got to jog it, and it also means we need to pace ourselves, and it also means we need to take breaks. And and so one of the things that I do is I'll take a daily, weekly, monthly, and annual break. I'll have ramp up and ramp down times to really help me get into the day and then to close out the day, but to also compartmentalize the different parts of my life. And yes, they're going to overlap and it's going to be a bit crazy, but I want to have these active rhythms of rest and release so that I can continually get rejuvenated, because I can't keep giving and giving when I don't do anything to recharge. I've got to take that time to do that. And so part of that is also about living a healthier life. We'd be drinking water and teas, and I need to be walking and running and praying and journaling. I need to be taking care of myself and taking the time to rest and reflect and grow personally, and also physically take care of myself and my body. And so those are a couple of the pieces when it comes to unifying both personal and professional lives. It's bringing, making sure our finances are in unity, making sure that our really close relationships are in unity, and that our freelancing is benefiting those, not harming them. And then we also want to make sure that we're pacing ourselves in a positive and healthy way, as well as taking care of ourselves. And when it comes down to freelancing, what is it for us? Is it a launching pad? Is it a destination? For me, I intend to be a freelancer for an extended period of time, and the type of freelancing I'm planning to do is probably going to change over time as well. But it's sort of, for me, it's a bit of a destination and a launching pad in those two different ways. But the idea is to really understand what it is and how is freelancing actually helping me personally accomplish my goals, my aspirations, and really help me have the financial and time freedom that I want. That's what it looks like when we unify our personal and professional lives. The last achievement next is we share what we mastered. We take what we've known, what we've learned, what we've mastered, and we share it with others. And we're going to dive into that next.